Joining me today is the number 4 ranked Bellator heavyweight contender, Chicago, Illinois' very own, the American Predator, Daniel James. Daniel, how's it going today, man?
It's good. It's good. I'm going well. Everything's going well. Just getting ready to go train in a bit. So
Awesome, man. I want to start by taking you back 2 fights ago to that Bellator 288, last one in Chicago. You defeated Tyrell Fortune, second round TKO. I was there that night in the Wintrust Arena. Easily top 5, one of the loudest sporting moments of my life. I mean, it was deafening in that arena. So I
yeah,
know what it felt like outside of the cage, but describe to me what you remember feeling once the fight was stopped.
the ring was shaking.
Man, I believe it.
Like the ring was shaking. Are you good with that glare in the background? It's a little glare in the background.
You're all right, man. It's good.
Okay. Yeah. No, the ring was shaking, man, and I was just like, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm home. Like I've been gone for 3 years in Europe and Russia.
Mhm.
So I'm looking like, damn, I'm home. COVID is over with. I'm not fighting a bubble no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm home in Chicago. Damn, I gotta absorb it all. You know what I'm saying? So man, it was epic.
Absolutely. And you're returning to the Wintrust Arena June 16th at Bellator 297. There's not a fan base more passionate than the Chicago sports fans. Have you been feeling the love from the hometown? And locally, does this fight feel bigger than that last one at 288?
Oh yeah, this fight is actually bigger than the one in 288. Because you got to understand, the last one in 288 was my comeback, and it was still sold out. And I sold the other one out after that too, but but it was still sold out. But people were just now waking up like, oh, damn, you back? DJ back? And they was like, yo, we didn't even know. I'm like, well, the marketing was everywhere, but now the marketing for this fight was crazy. Bellator been doing an amazing job with the marketing, and I've been doing my part here in Chicago. And so now it's like it's summertime. It's June 16th. It's hot, 90 degrees gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And like it's at the Wintrust Arena down the street from my old neighborhood. Like, yeah, this shit's crazy right now. It's crazy. It's about to be crazy. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people waiting outside that don't have tickets. Like they're gonna be scouting tickets and everything.
Love it, man. You're coming off the third round TK win over Marcelo Golm. Had to dig deep there, grinded out the win. The legs were compromised. Obviously, we saw the visuals of you backstage. It looked like it was just a struggle to even walk, man. I know it's been 2 months, but how are the legs feeling now? And did that have any effects in terms of, delaying the camp for this fight, or were you able to turn around pretty quickly?
Oh no, I was able to turn around really quickly. Though, to be honest with you, though, I didn't think I was gonna be able to turn around real quickly because the swelling. I'm like, damn, I gotta. He kicked me in the calf, so I'm looking like I never was. I've been kicked before. I've been kicked by Ruslan and Rafal Pazon, following UFC, them guys following UFC. I dug deep and beat one of those fights. But it's like when Marcelo Gomes, he was really skilled, bro. He was really skilled, and I give shout outs to Marcelo Gomes for that. He was really skilled, and I trained down at America's Top Team before with Coach Conan and Junior Dos Santos. So when he brought them to the fight, I'm looking like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and I was Junior sparring partner, so I'm like, cool. But the thing is, that was a whole different Daniel James back there at America's Top Team. That was 2015. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in the ring and I took these kicks and everything, I had to quickly adjust because we went out and we really went out with a game plan and it was something different. And coach recognized it and coach was like, you know what? Yeah, we got the job done, but he said, yeah, we should have better prepared a little different. We thought the guy was gonna come out and try to strike with you, but he knew he was gonna just kick. So he took himself out of my striking range and kept himself within the kicking range. And only thing he was able to do is throw that calf kick because he didn't throw a punch in that one time in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So when he took those kicks, my plan was to check the kick and step through it, and check the kick and just counter. But I'm like, I feel like I was waiting, and so I took some damage to the leg. So I went to the corner and told coach like, "Yo, he kicking my effing leg. Like, what the fuck?" And then he was like, "Check the kick." I went out there tried to check the kick. I'm like, "Yo, this shit hurt," because it was swollen back then, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
Oh, I love, yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm like, damn. I hope my leg ain't messed up. So I still felt my toes and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
So when Marcelo took me down, I didn't even know I was going down. I didn't even feel my leg. Like, that was smart. Like, I literally didn't feel my leg because I'm looking like, this dude ain't about to take me down. I'm like, I'm gonna clinch him, probably drag him down and get on top of him and ground. Because I was planning on, like, I'm gonna just ground and pound this motherfucker now.
Right.
But he tripped my leg and took me down. And coach was just like, don't worry about going for submission. Let's burn the time clock on the clock. It's gonna be he said it's gonna be a boring 2 minutes right now. Let him work and tire himself out. What you think he's gonna be doing some damage, but it's not. It never that shit don't be doing no damage. So for those people out there that's gonna watch this interview, like them little bitty punches, man, y'all need to really learn MMA. Like, that shit don't hurt me. I'm a giant. But the thing is, when I went into that corner coming out to that third round, boss, coach said, all right, let's switch it up. I said, I'm gonna go southpaw and knock him out. He said, you want to go southpaw? I'm like, yeah, we've been training southpaw for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started off fighting southpaw. I'm like, I can knock him out. I'm faster southpaw. I got a faster hook southpaw. I can knock him out with something over the top. Yeah, so he was like, no, the leg still got something in it.
Mm-hmm.
He say, because if we go southpaw, he kicked that lead leg and the southpaw leg. He said it's gonna be both legs. He said we got a fight to look for after this. So he say, let's go back out there. That leg ain't done yet, and throw your fucking hands. And I looked at my boxing coach and said, all right, showtime now. So I'm like, I had to figure it out. I said, okay, I got one leg now. Damn.
Yeah.
So I came out. I say, I need to come out swinging. And even though Marcelo Gomes was blocking some of those punches, they was going through. But when you blocking those punches and everything, I got heavy hands, so I expect for you to block. So my goal is I train all the time punching through the guard. You know what I'm saying? And moving guys back at least. So when he did that, I forced him to shoot. So I forced him to shoot so I can get my double unders and jack him back up and use my height to jack him up. And then I pushed him off and I literally baited him into throwing that kick again so I can body shot him. So he threw that kick, I threw the jab to the body, which I folded him and pushed him back. So that opened me up to throw my 3 jabs and open back up. Because I went from an orthodox southpaw stance, orthodox to southpaw to orthodox stance in the mid-air, and I did that. And then I knocked him out. And then I hit him with the uppercut, came with the left hook. Then I saw him going down. I said, why not? The right hook, because I threw the right hook. And that was like bonus. I'm like, I didn't even know I just threw that because I just saw him still on his feet.
Yeah.
And then so when he went down, I knew it was a wrap once I came out swinging. I saw the urgency of him, like, damn, this motherfucker getting going. And one thing about it though, it's not being arrogant of Gagaki. You can hear any announcers, especially when I was fighting over in Europe, they'll tell you, shit, it seemed like once these guys hit Daniel James, he gets mad. You know what I'm saying? That's when I get going. And I had to eliminate that shit. I'm like, I can't be doing that, coach. I gotta get going early. And so when I got going, at the end of the first round, when he felt my pressure, he was like, I need to stay out the way of this man's hands. So that third round made it more obvious for me to, like, okay, go in and just put the hands on him and try to get the job done. Because I was going to get it done one way or another. I just had to just figure it out. And I figured it out, though. I had to react instead of thinking.
You definitely figured it out, man. And you mentioned your coach there a couple of times. I want to ask you about that. Is your trainer, Alex Trujillo, correct? Is he was telling you going into that third round, like you said, we're not switching stances. The leg's not done. Get the hands going. And I think that bond between, athlete and trainer, you can't fake that because it takes so much trust on your part to heed that advice and go out and just go for it. And you did, and it paid off. So talk to me about that relationship and what it means to have a guy like that in your corner during those moments.
Man, to be honest with you, man, we went through so much together, man, and we trained so much and so hard. We've been through different organizations, and you know what I'm saying? When I went over to Europe, I had to kind of separate a little bit from my training camp here because I had to get used to not having him in my corner because he wasn't in Europe with me like that.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? But it was still, I'm going back home. So once I stopped focusing on being back in America and just focus on what was in front of me, I was able to go on a winning streak over there and actually get an offer to fight for a title shot. But it was like, no, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then so I needed to come home to my coaches. I needed to come home to my team. And when I got here, Gucci. I'm sorry, this is my dog.
You're good, man.
So when I got here, I was like, I told coach, I said, hey, it's showtime. Let's get together and do what we got to do. Come up with a game plan and let's discuss all this leadership. And change the energy around the gym. And then he made some changes within the gym. You know, he got rid of some guys, kept some guys, and he was just like, let's refocus.
Yeah.
He said, let's refocus. And then so me and Coach Alex, man, we became really tight. And to have a general like that ahead of the ship and be humble and at peace with it. No, he's not a social media guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the best coaches in the world. He's not into none of the social media stuff, anything. He just, very motivational guy, very spiritual guy, and he really care about the fighter. You know what I'm saying? So when he sit up there and tell me things at training, like we do things as like fight situations. Like if I'm shadow boxing, I'm shadow boxing accelerated rounds. He want every round in shadow boxing different, like it's fight related, from sprawling to knees throwing elbows to putting yourself on the cage, getting up off the ground, cage walk. He want all that to be like fight situations. And he just see the overall thing as far as me being a mixed martial artist. And then then he bring in the other team, my other coach. He bring in Coach Reds, my boxing coach, who's really has been phenomenal with my boxing. Like he has me. I knocked people out before, but Coach Reds has my hands looking totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Totally different. And it's kind of that Mexican boxing style that I kind of developed, pressure moving forward with combinations. I don't think you see a lot of heavyweights moving forward like that, throwing combinations.
Sure.
And Coach Reyes bought that to me. His thing is never stop punching.
Yeah.
Coach Reyes' thing is never stop punching. And if you stop punching, anything can happen, but never stop punching. So that combination, along with my, Mikey Barnaby being a part of the team, being my third corner, that's been really tremendous with pad work and elbow training and things like that. So, but Coach Chow is the leader. He leads all that, and everybody falls in place, and everybody's still learning from him. And watch how he corners me, and watch how he reflects his voice up off the cage, and so it can get to me. And it's crazy. He's the loudest cornerman in the arena. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you hear him. You know what I'm saying? If he sees something, he can talk you out of any situation. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this. I've been in situations and him talk me out of situation. I'm like, damn, I wouldn't even get out of there if I would never heard about get on the phone or cut the corner.
Yeah.
Certain things. The small fundamental things. So shout outs to my trainers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can go on and on about those guys, man. I love them dudes, man. And
I love
but yeah, so yeah, that relationship is really, really important for a fighter to have, because some fighters go to different gyms and they leave, they give somebody else the golden goose. You know what I'm saying? They forget about, like, well, you learn how to fight here, but when you go somewhere else, you giving somebody else this whole thing that you worked and built, and they just coming in. They don't know you. You just a number to them. They got a bunch of fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my camp, I'm like, you know what? I'm comfortable getting my camp a percentage for training, a percentage to be happy, a percentage to show them that, like, I care. This is why, I don't care about paying my training camp because I got the means to do it. And on top of that, I need to make sure my trainer is happy and give me what I need, because I need them dudes to train me. I need them dudes to be there when it's, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. So listen to your coaches, man. To any guys out there that's doing the sport, stop jumping ship all the time. Like, you can go and train at different gyms. It's okay. But man, know where you're home at. You gotta have a backbone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a backbone. And most guys just going, you see them, they losing, they stop, they gave up, they retired. But you retired when you was at the bottom. You never made it to the top. Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you do it long enough, you'll make it to the top. You'll see what it feel like to be great. And you know that you put the work in your skill, your training camp. You cannot go in there and expect to win if you have only been given 50% and expect to beat somebody that was given 200. You cannot expect that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for being so long, but I just
Oh
get
no,
really into that
I'm
talking
loving
about
it,
my,
man. No, I'm loving it.
you know
I
what I'm
wanted to
saying?
ask about that, man, because I could tell, like I said, you just can't fake that relationship, and I can tell it's something that's really real. And so I wanted to ask about that, and to then, like I said, go out and do everything he said, and it pays
Yeah,
off in the win. So no, I love that, man. And now you guys are moving it forward. You're switching your focus to your new opponent for
yeah,
this next fight, Gokhan Saricam. You wanted Ryan Bader, after your last win. Ryan was cage side. You said, I want Bader
yeah,
next. You're getting Gokhan here. But with a win, Scott Coker said, probably Linton Vassell will be next for the title. But with a
yeah.
win, you expect your next fight to be for a title.
Yeah, yeah, but at least that's what I was told. I knew Lynn Vassell had the title shot for Ryan Bader. He earned that. And knocking out Magdowski, he earned that. And Lynn Vassell is a hell of an athlete. He's a hell of an athlete. He's a hell of a fighter. Ryan Bader's a hell of a fighter. There's going to be a war. And I don't know who's going to – I don't have any favorite for that fight. I'm a fan of both guys. I just want to see both guys do well and get what they deserve. And whichever guy wins, I'm just going to it's an honor for me to share the octagon with those guys, share the cage with those guys on Showtime at a main event. And I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. I'm a people's person. I'm a person that respect guys. But at the end of the day, it's a job, and we colleagues too. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I'll give you a hug after the fight. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any hate towards anybody in the industry for this sport. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get another do a job. Like, I don't have to. I got kids watching me. I got people watching me. I got people that look up to me. So why'd I get up there and talk down on another man? Like, at the end of the day, you got to fight, and somebody gonna win. And if you ran your mouth that much, and you lose your fucking fight, and now you got to go and face, he talked all that shit and he lost. Man, that ain't a good look. On top of that, you destroying your character. Like, the fight gonna sell itself. Win. You know what I'm saying? Win, fight out the fight, and then you're gonna get the fans. You're gonna get the people to follow you. And I want the right people following me. I want the right fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you that guy that's run your mouth all the time or think you're hard. This ain't a tough guy sport. I've seen a lot of men will taken in that ring. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just be the nice guy, the nice big gentle giant, and with the fans that that come through him like this. Oh, that's a nice guy. When you tell your friends or a son or something like, "Hey, I interviewed Daniel James."
Yeah.
Oh man, Pops, how is he? Man, he actually a big, nice dude, man. Dudes, I don't need you like, yeah, he was a dick. You know what I'm saying? So I like good energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got a good rate off of that. So that's one man with everything, man. So I just, whichever best man wins that fight that night between Lynn Vassell and Ryan Bader, I know that I'm up next, and I'm going to definitely give a show.
Well, you gave me a memory, man, that I'll remember forever that night at the Wintrust. Like I said, just unreal moment.
That shit was crazy.
It was mad. I can't. I've tried to explain to people, how loud that arena was, and you can't even explain it, man. But I can't thank you for your time today enough for your time today, Daniel. Again, you can catch Daniel James taking on Gokhan Saricam June 16th, Bellator 297 at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois, and streaming live on Showtime. Daniel, good luck to you, and thanks again for the time today, man. Appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you for giving me an opportunity to come speak with you today, man. And also, man, June 6th, June 15th, June 14th,
Okay.
I'll be throwing the first pitch at the Chicago Cubs opener.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
big for the city. And then, I got some event going on with the Chicago Bears right after that. So we're gonna get footage for that. So and then also, man, just follow me on Instagram, Daniel James _Predator. And appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Daniel.
Yep.